Is a civil war ahead is just one of many headlines run by media addressing how America has never been more divided than today. The most recent overturning of Roe vs. Wade has just widened the cracks in foundations of divided states, additionally separating right and left wing by another wave of protest. What is up, guys? Today we're gonna discuss what are the possibilities of another civil war and what would it look like if it actually happens. America will never be destroyed from the outside. If we falter and lose our freedoms, it will be because we destroyed ourselves. This is a popular quote by Abraham Lincoln, the American president who abolished slavery and preserved the Union during the First Civil War. Now, in order to properly continue this topic, we have to mention the first, and which will hopefully remain the only American Civil War. The American Civil War started in 1861 and ended through massive violence in 1865. The biggest spark to war was the election of Abraham Lincoln, who most noticeably wanted to abolish slavery. The war was fought between the Confederacy and Union. Confederacy comprised the southern states who voted for secession from the United States and keep the enslaved people under their control, and with that maintain their way of life. The rest of northern states were part of Union. The war ended when Confederate states surrendered to Union. Now, Civil War was the most deadliest war in US history, in which 2% of then American population lost their lives. Twice as many soldiers died from diseases because armies did not understand the transmission of infectious diseases. Over 150 years later, political divide has been kept under control from turning into violence, well, until most recent Black Lives Matter protests and the US Capitol attack, which both showed how seriously violent the situation has become. Today, the two most highlighted political sides are Republicans, who value conservatism as a political ideology, and Democrats who follow liberalism. Now, I made a quick video which shows all the differences between two sides, so guys, in case you're interested, the link will be down in the description. America has always been a democracy functioning country, where everybody has an opportunity to express their opinion. This perhaps created a much more complexity in terms of dividedness. Unlike Union northern states versus Confederate southern states, Second Civil War could be fought within the state. For example, if we look at 2020 election results, Texas is perceived as Republican state because majority of people there voted for Trump. But that doesn't change the fact that many people from Texas are also Democrats who voted for Biden, and there's also those in the middle known as moderate political thinkers. If Second Civil War ever happens, high possibility is that it won't look like war in Ukraine or neither the First American Civil War, where we all clearly seen one side going against other side. I personally see Second Civil War as a bunch of protesters going against their rivals, but this time armed with weapons. It's also important to note that not all liberals or conservatives would be ready to pick up a gun and start a war, but only radicals, those who convince themselves that they're doing something good to preserve the freedom of their country. The biggest spark to concerns of a modern Second American Civil War started after the election of Donald Trump in 2016. Many conservatives have invoked since then to express their concerns how liberal social movements like LGBT rights, feminism, Black Lives Matter, and Antifa are a serious threat to traditional Christian values. Liberals, on the other hand, fear how conservatives just want to promote their white supremacy and autocracy. Studies have shown how liberals are largely urban, young, ethnically, racially diverse, while Republicans are ex-urban, older, and white. If Second American Civil War ever happens, it's really hard answering who the winner would be. Even if civilians equip themselves with the most powerful guns, the government still remains more powerful because it controls the military. And the United States military is the most powerful military in the world. So whichever side the government supports, right wing or left wing, it remains more powerful, and with that has a higher chance of winning the Second American Civil War. We could see this during Black Lives Matter protests, when Trump as president could easily give commands to military to tear gas the protesters. Military is controlled by the government, and government is controlled by president. President basically has a power to control everything. Many believe that 2024 election could lead to civil war. It is not clear will Joe Biden run for president again, considering his current approval rating of only 39%. But Donald Trump has announced that he'll probably run again in 24. Maybe someone younger would replace Biden and candidate for next election, or maybe Trump would surprise the world again like he did in 2016. Impeached twice, investigated for Capitol insurrection, election interference, financial fraud over Trump Organization, banned from social media, and he still happily dances and squeezes his fist during rallies. Let me know, guys, what do you think down in comments below? What do you think this war would look like and who would win it? Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you later.